guys, welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be talking about how I got started doing makeup. So honestly, I was not a huge fan of makeup when I was younger. Just never saw the point in it, never really wanted to get into it. I mean, as a little girl, maybe I had like a few makeup kits and stuff like that, but for the most part I was a tomboy, so I pretty much grew out of the whole wanting to do makeup thing when I was like really young. Fast forward to probably I was about middle school, going towards high school, and my older sister, she was always really into makeup, always really into changing her look and stuff like that. So when she would find new things to try, she would use me as her guinea pig. So yeah, and you could imagine I wasn't too happy about it because, like I said, I wasn't really into makeup like that when I was younger, and I really honestly didn't get started with doing my own makeup until my junior year in high school. So with that being said, at the time when my sister was doing my makeup, I didn't really care for it, especially because she was doing full face makeup on me, and to this day I really don't do full face makeup on a regular basis. I probably will just do my eyebrows and some eyeliner and maybe mascara, but other than that, yeah, I don't go too far into doing a full face. So with my sister constantly coming home from like school or being out or seeing something while she was on vacation or something like that, she just would always be like, oh, let me try this on you, and ooh, I got this new lipstick, or oh, I want to try this new method of like contour on you. And I'm just like, I have 16 pounds of makeup on my face. This feels extremely uncomfortable. I don't like it. Take it off of me. I look like a clown. But obviously that's not how I feel anymore, because I enjoy doing it, and it's something that I find is an art form and a really cool way to express myself, honestly. And I think it's really cool to see how elaborate makeup can get, as well as the different types of makeup you can do. One form of like makeup that I think is really awesome is actually like movie and costume makeup, specifically horror movies. I really love horror movies, so I know for a fact I'm probably going to do like a horror movie look or one of my favorite horror movie heroines look somewhere down the line, just because I am a huge horror movie buff and I love everything gory and gross and like all that, slasher flicks, everything, top to bottom. But anyways, I really just enjoy makeup as a whole now, and the things people are able to do with it and how people are able to express themselves, because I really think like makeup is another medium of art. So like your face and like your body, I guess, if you do full body paints and stuff like that, is your canvas, and you can do anything with it. Me personally, the most I've ever done is some light cosplay makeup or like Halloween makeup. I can't say light in the case of Halloween because sometimes I can go a bit overboard depending on what it is. So we're gonna cut from me talking about makeup from my personal experience to this part in the video. So I had an idea in my head to do a peach rose, but unfortunately it did not come out the way I wanted to. Even the pastel colors just weren't like blending well, and like by the time I finished putting it on, it just didn't translate over to how I wanted it to look, and I just really had to rethink it and was like, yeah, you know what, this probably isn't what we want. So like as you can see, like I'm just like looking at it and doing it and like I'm not really feeling this. We gonna have to change this because like it's just not giving what it's supposed to be giving. So I decided to go with an ombre of like pink to red, because I thought it would be a lot more cleaner, that and the colors will blend a lot better, and how it turned out was actually accurate. So but makeup for when I got started, well, yeah, like I said, my sister would always do like elaborate makeup looks on me and stuff like that, and I'd be like, this is a lot of makeup. But by the time I got to my junior year in high school is when like I started wearing makeup myself. So the most I would do is kind of what I do now, but it wasn't as clean and nice looking and natural as it is now, which would be just like eyebrows and mascara, and then it went from eyebrows and mascara to eyebrows, mascara, eyeshadow, and then it was eyebrows, mascara, eyeshadow to lipstick. So eventually, like, I did do a full face, but I never actually like did the contouring and like shaping and all that. Like, that came much later on, just because I wasn't very confident in my skills of like how to contour, as well as like I never really felt the need to, because maybe if you haven't noticed in some of the videos prior to me doing like putting on makeup, like I have a natural like contour in my like cheeks, so half the time I really don't need to put it on because it'll naturally show up with me putting everything else on. But at the same time, it was just I wasn't very confident in how to do it, and that wasn't something I was interested in doing, because I still kind of was on the I don't like makeup thing, because I'm like, it's bad for your skin, this, that, and the fourth. Even though at the time when my sister was doing makeup on my face, my skin was okay. The older I've gotten, you know, puberty's great, so just jacks up your skin, plus stress and all other stuff and stuff like that. But I digress. So with that being said, I end up trying to find different ways of having makeup that was a lot better suited for my skin personally. So most of the makeup that I have, well, not have, but you have and use in general, is either cruelty-free, natural, not tested on animals, and stuff that is like generally cheap. Like most of the companies that I use are like you can find in drugstores and stuff like that, and as well as it's super inexpensive, because don't get me wrong, like I do have expensive makeup in my repertoire, but I just feel like you should be able to look how you want to look without having to spend a crap ton of cash. And I say this as I have like probably 4 or 5 like Fenty items in my makeup right now, but one, I use her company just because that's the only company I've found so far, outside of a few black-owned makeup companies that I've used in the past, that honestly I found the exact shade that I was looking for. That, and the pigments are really great. And honestly, yes, the price is like not exactly what I want to be paying. Like, I don't want to be paying $34 for a highlight, or like my contour makeup, or my like foundation. But if it's good, it's good, you know. Another thing is, I don't wear a full face every day when it comes to makeup now, and before I never really did, just because it takes a lot of time. I probably will do a video later about how I can do like quick makeup tutorials, but just for time purposes, it's just, if I'm like trying to go out somewhere, I plan ahead, because if I know I'm having to do like a face and I actually wanted to match my outfit and wanted to look like cohesive to what's like I'm doing or what's going on, I take quite a bit of time. But if it's an everyday thing, I'm usually taking anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes, depending on like how much time I have, and as well as what I'm doing that particular day, because I don't always have time to like constantly get the eyebrows 100% correct. Like, I want them to look like twin sisters, but sometimes they look, you know, like sisters. Not twins, but they sisters. And as well as just, I usually don't, if I'm doing day-to-day makeup, I usually don't do any contouring or anything like that. I just do mascara and maybe eyeliner, and no eyeshadow. So I probably put a little bit of foundation on. Most people would say they put BB cream on just if it's going to be a day-to-day thing, because it looks close to your foundation and it helps just alleviate the under eye problems and stuff like that. But honestly, I just put on a little bit of foundation depending on if I feel like it. So my progression to this was probably around senior going into college. That is when I began to get more elaborate with makeup, just because I was hosting in college, and also because when you're in college you go to a lot of parties. So because you go to a lot of parties, you try to look your best, and that's when I just got more elaborate with makeup. Eventually it became a hobby and a pastime to just like do really elaborate makeup looks and just get into doing like really full face costumes and stuff like that. Also, like, my respect for people in the movie industry who do makeup and movie makeup grew drastically, just because the time and dedication it takes to do all that makeup is a lot of work. Also, shout out to like some of the actors who help like make these people's jobs so much easier, because you actually sit still and don't do a whole bunch of stuff while they have you in the chair for like 7 hours before you have to be on set for another 6. Good on you. But I think that makeup is something like super creative, and that can be done by anyone, and also is somewhat therapeutic for some people, because it's helped them gain a level of confidence that they wouldn't have had if they didn't. I know me personally, I had a moment where when I first started it was not to like try to hide my face or anything like that, but I wasn't always confident in my looks, so I did makeup, and like it helped build my confidence outside of it, because it was like, oh, you don't have to wear makeup in order to look pretty. It's just you want to be able to change your look every now and then and feel more you, I guess, so to speak, because sometimes you feel like you don't want to wear makeup and you like to look how you are naturally, and there's nothing absolutely wrong with that. And then other times you want to look like this and have makeup on and be able to change up your look and change up your hair and everything, which is something I do quite often. I love my wigs, which is something I like find to be a part of like my makeup as well, where like I change up my wigs every now and then. As of recently I haven't, but I will, because I'm in need of a new wig. But also another thing that I love about makeup is just the array of colors, because recently I decided that I'm gonna get like more lipstick colors, just because that's one thing I've always loved to experiment with, is just lips, which is something I fell in love more with than eyeshadow, is because I love the ability to like ombre your lips and like stuff like that, just because I think it's something really cool and really unique. There is a YouTuber, I can't think of her name as of right now, but like she has done like really elaborate lip looks, which a lot of people are getting into nowadays, which I think is really awesome, because it's like your lips aren't, depending on the person, a very huge canvas to work with, as far as like doing very elaborate things like painting a picture scene from up, or doing like Little Mermaid or something like that on it. But the fact that people are able to do that on such a small canvas and have it like be a lasting lip look that goes with the rest of their entire face is something that I think is like amazing and really cool. And with this look, I will say that like this wasn't one of my most elaborate looks, but it was one of the ones that I was kind of nervous to do, just because it was kind of nerve-wracking to figure out how I was going to get a rose on my face, because I tried 2 other types of ways to try to get like a rose stamp or like outline on my face, and honestly it just, yeah, it wasn't it definitely wasn't easy trying to find something that would like help me get the effect of trying to get a rose on my face. And Sizing was also difficult. This was probably, I found like other things that were smaller, but again, definitely was hard trying to find a rose and like get that to look the way I wanted it to. But as you can see, this goes back to like the thing I was saying about lips and ombre, because I'm literally doing it in this video. It's one of my favorite things to do as far as like lip makeup is doing ombres, just because I love to see the difference in color and shape, and how doing ombre on the lips kind of gives your lips different shapes and different dimensions, because some ombres can make your lips look very full and very plump, while other ombres can make your lips kind of look thin and very rounded. But it's just depending on the color and the palette and how you're doing the ombre, whether it be dark on the edges and going light towards the center of the lip, or dark in the center of the lip going light towards the edges of your smile. So it just depends on how you're doing it. And I also love the fact that literally just by changing colors of eyeliners or eyeshadows gives different effects to a look. So you could put like a white eyeliner on one look that would be dark, and it would brighten up the eyes and make them look very big and very dewy. But at the same time, if you were to put the same thing on a look where you do a darker eyeliner, it'd make it look very dark and like smoldering. But yeah, that's the magic of makeup, and that's how I got into it.